Good morning, gents. Welcome back to the channel. Playing it safe is the most dangerous decision and most destructive decision, in my opinion, you can make in your life as a man today. It's playing it safe. Because, comfort is where dreams go to die. And so comfort is where dreams go to die, and we're not here to live an average life, in my opinion. Each and every one of us has got something in life to do, a purpose. You've got a purpose. You might not know what that is now, but every man has got a purpose, and every man really wants to have an impact in their lives, or in the world. Doesn't necessarily mean they want to be Elon Musk level, stuff like that, but they want to have an impact in their world, right? Every man wants to. I don't care what you say. Every man wants to, in some way or form, they want to have an impact. So something you can think over while we do this video is like, where in your life are you choosing comfort over your courage, right? Your courage muscle. Because it takes courage to take a risk. I'm not talking about stupid risk, just putting that out there. Right, so what I want to cover in this video is like why safety or in comfort is seductive, right? But super deadly. The hidden cost of being of staying comfortable, and how to break out of the safety mode like that we're stuck in. We're in this. Most of us are playing life on the safety mode. We still have the safety on. We haven't taken the safety off. And so I want to look at how do we take the safety off, and how do we reclaim our edge in life, our masculinity, in a sense. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Let's get into the first point is the illusion of safety. Because there is no such thing as real safety, in my opinion. So, the illusion of safety. What do I mean by the illusion? I mean, it's fake. It's not real. So you've got like modern men have this, live their lives of this like a risk avoidant mentality or way, So, and it's not necessarily just due to them, it's due to the way of the modern life that we have now, with the way that everything is set up. Comfort is so easy. It's never been a safer time, in my opinion. I won't say safer, but an easier time to live, in my opinion. Compared to, we live better than kings, if you really think about it. Kings and queens from the past. We live on a higher standard than them. We have more access to more food than them. We have access to more entertainment than them. We have better beds, we have toilets. Can you imagine taking a dump in a pot that goes under your bed at night? That doesn't sound very nice. So, we live amazingly comfortable lives. And at the cost of this, you become risk avoidant, right? And another thing is like being safe, that most men feel these days. You feel smart because you're in your comfort bubble. You haven't challenged yourself. You haven't humbled yourself. You feel smart. You feel like, wow, I got everything handled. But you're playing on this little field here. You're not playing in the big field. You're playing in a small field, right? Because you're being safe. And what happens is it's something called entropy. I'll call it entropy, right? So when you don't actively fight against the system that you've got, or increase, keep building and whatnot, or expanding, you're gonna spiral down into chaos, right? And I've experienced this my whole life. Not my whole life, sorry. I will take that. Not my whole life. The last few years, right? I stopped pushing myself. I stopped achieving things. I stopped trying to grow. And life moves on without you. And if you stay the same, then yeah, then entropy becomes a massive thing, because life moves on. If you stay the same, life still goes on and evolves and gets bigger or whatever, and you're not enough to handle it, and then your life starts going into chaos. Things start breaking, systems start breaking. Money isn't not enough. Life evolves in my sense. So so being safe is stagnation or entropy. It's in disguise. Then last one. I like this quote. This quote, I'm not quite sure who said it, but this quote is, in my opinion, I can't remember who said it, but ships are safe in harbor, right? So a ship, if you look at the harbors and whatnot and the sea and everything, a ship is safe in the harbor. There's no threats there, essentially. But that's not that's not what a ship is made for. Ships are made to go out to sea. They're made to go out into the storms and well, not necessarily made to go out into the storms, but they're made to handle that initially. So, ships are safe in harbor. Humans are safe in their harbor, but we're not built to stay in the harbor. We're built to go out, to explore, to especially boys or men. Sorry, I'll change that to men. Especially men. Men are meant to go out, to be outside, to be exploring, expanding their mind, doing difficult things, within reason. So that's the illusion of safety, right? Let's look at the hidden cost of playing it safe, right? What is this costing you? Playing it safe, what the hell does it cost you? So it's a little like a breakdown here. So missed opportunities. Right, you're missing massive opportunities playing it safe. They pass you by daily, and I talk from experience. If I look back about a year ago, 2 years ago, no, a year ago, or just under 2 years ago, I came across a massive opportunity. I'm talking about life-changing, set on a great path, career opportunity with infinite growth, ownership, equity in company, all of that, and I missed it because it was outside of my comfort zone. It was, I avoided that risk. There was a risk to it. It was going to be my responsibility as well to grow it. So instead of doing that, I try to play it safe, and I missed that opportunity. Relationships, you're gonna miss a lot of relationships of missed opportunities in relationships. You're not gonna build as many relationships because you're not gonna meet as many people. You're not gonna go out there and put yourself out there. Again, I spoke about career as well. Your self-respect. Your self-respect is gonna drop because you're not pushing yourself to your full potential, which then ties into the next one. Number 2. Silent regret. This is excuse my language, this is a bitch of a one, right? So, again, experience. Silent regret. You never know what you could have been. If I had taken that position before, I will never know what I could have been. Like how far I could have gone in that position. With many things in life, if you never go and risk something, you never know what you can handle, where you could have gone up to, right? Like what is the level you could have achieved. You never know because you've never challenged yourself, right? Which again, you never challenge yourself. Goes into number 3, stunted growth, right? So comfort kills challenge, right? And what does challenge do? Challenge for man builds capacity. When you have challenges in life and you overcome those challenges, you grow, you become stronger, you can handle more stress, you can handle more things because you become confident in yourself. Like, hey crap, I know how to do this. No matter what, I can figure it out, and it builds your capacity, Whereas if you stay in the comfort zone, that kills it, right? Because you're not challenging yourself, not pushing yourself to see like what you are capable of, right? Then loss of masculine energy. This one is also, I don't think many people realize how impactful or how important this one is. I certainly didn't. And you can even take the masculine energy out and just say energy, right? If you really want to, if you're not comfortable with the masculine side. But lots of masculine energy. We know that men are created as warriors, boys, right? We are warriors in a sense, not only just for fighting, but in everything we do. We strive. We then go for things, right? You're a warrior essentially. You're ready to do battle. You're ready to go achieve and do these tasks and fight and everything in total. So you are a warrior. But what happens when you're in comfort? You start shrinking. That warrior side of you starts shrinking because he's not pushing himself and he's losing that self-confidence. He's not achieving things, losing that self-confidence, not training. It goes down, keeps shrinking. And then you turn into a warrior, not a warrior. You worry about everything instead of just doing things, taking action. Yeah, so you lose your masculine energy, right? All right. On a little extra bonus of information here, I was watching. I'll try to link it. Charlie Morgan's burnout. There's a recent video about burnout, and he was talking about his holiday that he takes because he works way up there and then comes down. You can watch the video, but the interesting insight that I found there is before he takes a week holiday, he has a fast, 1 day fast. Then on that holiday, he eats whatever he wants, right? Pizzas, just goes mental, right? For 1 week. Then at the end of the holiday, for 2 days, he fasts again, right? To reset the dopamine receptors. Very clever idea. I suggest watch that video. Very, very insightful. Very insightful. But the point is, he also mentions in the video that is his way to switch off. Is to just do that. To eat as much as he wants, scroll, doom scroll kind of, and stuff like that, right? But the interesting thing he said there is it turns off. Well, the main point of what I'm telling you this is, it turns off the mechanism in his brain that he's programmed to want to just work, to do work, to think about work. It kills that. And that again goes to comfort. Comfort kills that drive, kills that ambition, kills that risk that you should normally want to take, right? It kills it off. That was the point. Yeah. So, how do you know if you're stuck in safety mode? Let's talk about that. That's another one. So, think about this. Like, have you or do you say, maybe later? Like I say this a lot. I've said this a lot in my life. Maybe later. Or one day when I'm grown up. All sorts of things like that. So you say maybe later when there's risk involved. To everything that has risk, you reply to that, right? You avoid conflict at all costs. And take inventory of your life. Do you avoid conflict? Even your career. I'm talking about not just personal relationships, not just personally in your life. In your career, do you try to avoid conflict at all costs with people, with whatever you're doing, right? Another massive one is you overthink instead of just taking fucking action. Excuse my language. This one was massively me. For years I've dreamt of achieving things, like that position, that opportunity I missed. I dreamt of that opportunity, and I overthought it. I kept on overthinking. It was just too much. The risk was too much. And then it exploded, right? So I missed that opportunity. Instead of just taking action, just doing the work. Same with anything in life. If you are an overthinker like I am, I would go and I would I want to have all the information first. No. I would suggest take action first and then figure it out afterwards along the way. A great way to do this is from Dan Kerr is you start, and then when you get stuck on something, then you search for the tutorial or you search for the exact way how to accomplish what it is you want to accomplish or do what it is you want to do. That way you actually learn more than just stupidly overthinking, watching tutorials, and not really doing and taking action, right? Fake action of just watching tutorials. You don't learn that way. You learn by doing, by taking action, by getting into it and then solving problems. That's how I started this YouTube channel. I'm not, as I said, I'm not some guru that is. Like I say guru, I don't really like the word guru, but I'm not an expert. Let's put it that way. I'm doing this as I go. I'm researching as I'm going. I'm learning my own traits, and then I want to help people with the same thing, and then I return it into a video. So I'm not an expert per se, but I'm learning through action. I'm learning through what I'm doing, through the comments that I get, through the brilliant way to get it sticks in your mind a lot when you learn something and then try to teach it. Okay, sorry, I got off point there. The next part, the sign you're stuck in a safety mode, is you seek approval over truth. Right? You seek approval over truth. You would rather be approved by your peers, by your boss, by whoever, over being truthful, over being honest, over having the truth from other people. Because remember, you're avoiding conflict. So you seek approval over truth. Now, I think it's a bit long, but how do we break out of this? How do we break free? Like, how do we get out of this? And I have another. This is like it's a framework style. It's not really a framework, but it's a list of things you can do. Micro doses of discomfort. Right. What do I mean by that? So like cold showers, honest conversations, wake up early. I mean, I wake up at 4:30 every morning now. It's my comfortable time. Like, now it's a comfortable time. Let's put it that way. I was not comfortable waking up at 4 and then 4:30 every day at first. Like, that was highly uncomfortable. I hated it, but I did it and I woke up early. Cold showers, I mostly take cold showers, depending on the day. But I mostly take cold showers, depending on how cold it is from the aircon. Although I'll get sick. And I try to have more honest conversations. I am having more direct, honest conversations. And this it's uncomfortable. It's hell of uncomfortable, especially at first. Now I'm okay with it. But these create they're small doses of discomfort. Because we don't. The point of my channel, what I say, or my future plans, is for people who not necessarily have families, but yeah, men who have families, or men who have responsibilities and have built a life, and don't want to necessarily just chuck everything and radically change their life in a sense of flipping everything and disturbing the system or the life that they've built. No, I'm planning on, because I can't do that. I've got a wife and a child. I can't just, let's just stop everything and change my life completely. I can't do that. I have to integrate it into my life that I currently have and shift it slowly without disrupting their lives in a sense, right? Which is the point of what I want to do. If you are single and this is something you want to do, you want to just, you want to grow super fast, super quick, massive discomfort. In other words, a reset is a great idea if you can do it. As I said, if you're single and you don't have responsibilities and stuff, great way to do it. Move to another country, move to a different place, and just go crazy. Not crazy, but start building the life you want, become the person you want to become, just by doing those things, right? Okay, and one bold move a day, a direct ask, a risk, a truth shared, right? So one day, once a day, just one bold move, not 10 bold moves. You don't have to do 50 bold moves. It's up to you afterwards. But the goal, the non-negotiable, the goal is one bold move a day, a direct ask. Ask something directly. A risk. Take one small risk. Share a truth, right? Accountability. This is like for me, accountability, as the word says, like brotherhood. Eventually, I will have the community up and running because I would love to have men that are growing together, holding each other accountable in a sense, right? Mentorship. Let someone see your edge, right? Again, whole the YouTube everything is brotherhood, mentorship. You know, let other people see your growth. Let other people see your improvements. Let other people see your drive, right? So like to break free because having it out in the open, it's kind of like an expectation of you have to improve more so to yourself than what they have for you. Like with the YouTube, how would you say? I'm held accountable to actually give genuine, honest, helpful, valuable advice, and not just some nonsense of da 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 da. Like, and I have to try keep it as authentic as possible. And when I say try, I have to keep it as authentic as possible. And it's like it's very easy to just say things because it's on the screen, but that's not what I want to be about. I want to be about these are actual things I'm working on. These are actual things that we're doing that's happening in life. Not just I can stand here and pretend to be the expert. No. I want it to be relevant. I want it to be something I can actually talk about in life. I'm trying to get into if I have a live conversation, or I can have all these conversations about stuff. But anyway, that's coming. Redefine fear. This one is also a very, very, very powerful mindset shift. So, if you can reprogram your mind to say fear is a green light, obviously within reason, not a red one. So like a big tell to do something in life, obviously not bad, not stupid, but it's like if you are afraid to go talk to that girl, if you are afraid to start that business, if you are afraid to have that conversation, those are massive indicators that that it's a green light. You should go have that conversation. You should go talk to that girl. You should start that business, right? The more you challenge that fear, the more you're going to grow massively. It's like fear is a green light, not a red one. So, like when you go and attack that fear, so it's initially that first thought, right? The thought makes you scared, but once you get over that thought and actually do the action, you're gonna find it's not that scary, right? And then your capacity, as I said, your capacity to grow and grow. So this world doesn't need more comfortable men, right? We have a lot of comfortable men. Excuse me. So what it actually needs is we need more courageous ones. You need more courageous men who want to go out and achieve. And again, I'm not talking about the Andrew Tate levels, the Elon Musk levels, because those are outliers. I'm sorry, but not everyone can be on their level in a sense. Like you could probably work your way up there, but it'll take a while. It's not going to be overnight. And I'm not really sure you want to live like that. That must be so highly stressful, highly, I don't know, doesn't sound like a completely nice way to live. So the world doesn't need comfortable men, right? We need the courageous men who want to take risk. You don't need to be perfect, right? Take that. That's again with the overthinkers. You don't need to be perfect. First time you do anything, for anyone, for everybody in life, the first time you do anything new, you're going to suck. It's going to be bad. Just swallow it, get it done, and then the more you do it, the better you will become, right? So you don't need to be perfect, but you need to take action. You need to move forward, right? You need to get out there. So again, ask yourself in your life, where are you playing it safe or too safe, right? Like, where are you stuck in your comfort zone? Where are you avoiding the risk, or avoiding that fear, masking the fear, should I say. And that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.